Go on.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome
good
back.
evening.
Welcome back to the Cop Talk episode 6. Can you believe that? Puva, can you believe episode 6? Ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous stuff. Episode 6. Imagine that. So we're gonna have a good show today. About a good match that's coming up. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Happening, I think, 3 a.m. And I think we're in for a pretty good, session
So we're gonna
today.
have
And I would like to just introduce the panel today. We've got Malvin. We've got Amir Razi.
Yeah.
We've got the familiar faces Nicholas Chan and Puvarasan. And
evening, everyone.
Of course, we couldn't have this show without at least one Arsenal fan. And
Down there.
I would like to introduce and thank Mr. Kuben for actually joining us here today. Thank you so much on very, very last minute notice. Really appreciate it, Kuben, for joining us. He's an Arsenal fan for the longest time, as I know. I do admire that he stuck by his team. Even like this afternoon, we were talking about, hey, do you have any fans who'd like to join the show? He was like, no, the fans are pretty quiet and they don't really get out there. They don't really get out and really promote Arsenal as much as Kuben does. So thank you, Kuben, for joining us today.
Pleasure.
So we're gonna have a good show, but first and foremost, let's all congratulate Kuben's Arsenal team on winning the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, Community Shield. They did the unthinkable right there. I think Puva will just keep getting annoyed at the Arsenal FA Cups piling up. It's a tad bit ridiculous that Arsenal has that many FA Cups and Liverpool has like half of those, and it's really ridiculous. So I think we're going to talk about more of how Arsenal has really very quickly turned things around. We've got Dave B here back with us, having some connection issues, so we can stay on to the show. So we're going to get I would just like to say for everybody watching, thank you so much for watching the show. We're Cop Talk episode 6, actually, not episode 5. Please follow us on YouTube and on Insta and on Twitter and on Facebook. We've got a lot of shows coming up the entire season. So before we go into it, one word, guys. One word. How would you describe in one word this match that's coming up? Let's hear from Nick. One word.
Oh, hold on. One word. Excited? I don't know. I really can't think right now. Excited. I'm actually excited for this.
It's going to be a cracking match, Nick. It's going to be a cracking match.
Cracking match. One word to describe the match today.
Okay. So, Goal Fest?
Goal Fest. That's 2 words in it. 1 or 2 words.
Together.
Amir, one word to describe the match?
Delirium. Got it? Delirium accelerating.
All right. Melvin?
One word. It's gonna be hard, bro. Let's use a few words. It's gonna be a game of two halves, man.
A game of two halves. All right. Very well said. Very well said over there. Yeah, my man Tanin here, who's also a hardcore Arsenal fan. We're going to get him on the show sometime. Thanks for watching, for tuning in, Tanin. He's described it as goals. I do
Goals,
hope
but
it's
for whom? For us.
it's two-sided, man. I really want to hear, I want to watch a two-sided match. I want to wake up, the struggle of waking up early morning and watch a two-way football by two teams, not just one-sided either way. So you guys, we're going to get into our first topic here today. I'm thinking we're going to talk about the battle of the forwards. This is going to be really exciting, right? We're going to be really exciting. If you guys tuned in to the Cop Talk yesterday, we covered a little bit of this match, and I think Tom, who was on the show yesterday, said that for an LFC fan, he's really worried about Arsenal. He's really worried about Arsenal as a team, as they play against Liverpool. And I had to agree with him. Like I said, I'm not worried about who's the better team on paper. I think at this point we would still say Liverpool is easily the better team. However, the thing here is, and Puva, I think this point you'll finally agree with me. Clinical, being clinical in your finishing. I think Arsenal's forwards, Oba alone, is absolutely clinical in comparison with our front three, who creates a lot of chances. Converting is becoming a problem. So I am a bit worried. We can go the stats of the game where we might end the game with like 20 chances on target. Arsenal might have 3, but their 3 may have been converted versus our 20, right? So this is where Arsenal gets the edge. They get away with murder. In other words, they say. But that's my concern. So we have, I think, easily Salah, Mane, and Firmino should be starting. Granted there are no hiccups ahead of the game. My prediction is Kuben. I don't know. Do you agree? Auba, Willian, and Laka will start, or do you think Pepe is going to go ahead and one of them heading out? I don't think so. I think Auba, Willian, and Laka are a good combination at the current moment of time. So let's hear it from what do you think about this battle right here? You can break it down, go 3-on-3, or you can break it down one against the other. That's your call.
Who?
Pua, right?
Puva.
Me? Who are you?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I thought you were asking Kuben. We are talking about Arsenal for Okay. I think in my early season prediction itself, I mentioned that Arsenal, I'm quite worried about Arsenal because I'm impressed with what Arteta have been doing now. The signings are smart signings so far. I hope they don't get Thomas Partey. I really hope. The defense has been improved. We can see that Arsenal fans were bashing David Luiz whole season for the last 2-3 years. Now they're saying that David Luiz is their best defender. Our time has changed. And coming back to this front three, I have to admit that as collectively, our front three is not only the best in the league, I think one of the best in the world collectively. But if you talk about clinical wise, of course, that man Aubameyang is, we know, like 2 chances, 1 goal, 2 chances, 2 goals. We have seen that he has done in the Community Shield as well. Like that 1 chance he actually scored. Compared to our front three, reason why I've been critical about Salah most of the time, like he needs 10 chances to score. No, I don't want to be too mean about that. I would say he needs 5 chances to score 1. So it says a lot. I mean, yes, of course he's a winger, and of course Aubameyang also, in a way, plays literally the same way. From the wing to the middle, and then make the run. But clinical wise, I would say Aubameyang out of all these 6 players here, and I believe that tonight Arsenal will go with this front three as well. Aubameyang, Willian, and Laka. I don't think Nicolas Pepe will start. We already started to see that Arteta prefer these front three, mainly because I feel that Willian's work rate is much better than Pepe. Track back the defense, help the fullbacks, stuff like this. I think Willian uh, is a much better player, and he do have. He is one of the Premier League. He is one of the best Premier League players in the past 4 or 5 years, I would say. So I expect Aubameyang, Willian, and Laka to start. And yes, as I said, collectively, I still feel Liverpool's front three is one of the best, not only in the league but in the world. But I have to admit that the likes of Aubameyang, even Lacazette on his day, can be really clinical. Can be really clinical.
Yep. So I think we're getting good responses in the show. Thank you, everyone. Brian, I think you called out the midfield battle. We'll go into the midfield battle after we are done with the forwards. We've got Shafirul. Hi, Shafirul. Good evening. Thank you for watching. I don't know why Kishan is saying hi. He needs some glamour, I think. Oh, the Arsenal, yeah. So yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. I think I wanted to go into this. What you said just now, Puva. What you said just now. Salah needs 17 chances. He may not score a goal. Alba takes 2 and scores 2 goals.
Oh, 17 is ridiculous. 17 is ridiculous, man. Come on. I'm critical of Salah, but 17 is ridiculous. Come on.
Is that a typo? Vinod, is that a typo? You mean 7, right? That means you're trying to say Liverpool has got like 47 chances in the game if Salah alone has 7. I think Vinod goes on to say Auba is better than Salah, better teamwork and more clinical. Wow, what do you guys think of this? Melvin, do you want to take this comment here?
Had to be me, lah.
Well, you showed me that you're a man of many words, so yeah.
Oh, that answer. All right. Personally speaking, I mean, I've been following Auba for a very long time, since his Milan days, actually. I mean, he's been a very talented player for a very long time. It's just that during that time, AC Milan's team was just incredible, and he never got a chance to get thrown around. So Auba, enough said, man. That guy is individual, amazing. Our front three of Salah, Firmino, and Mane. I mean, I think let's not be overcritical about Salah. It's very frustrating watching him. I mean, like, I think we'll experience that watching a match together, and you can see how much I cursed at that guy. But he does produce the goods, and you can see that he's been able to top the charts for the past 2 to 3 seasons. Money is equally as wasteful. I will not say it's just Salah. I would say that Money is more hardworking, lah. So we'll give that credit. Bobby is a different. Bobby is not exactly a striker. He was never a striker. Even during his Hoffenheim days, he was either a forward or an attacking midfielder. So expecting him to come up with 20 goals a season was never the plan. And everybody knows that Bobby brings to the team more than anyone else. He's the one, I would say, irreplaceable at the time. Or even still, even though Taki has been brought in as a cover. I would give credit to Arteta to have been able to get Willian in, something that Pepe couldn't do last season. But also it's credit to Arteta overall. I mean, he's being Pep's Buddha, as we call it. He's been able to do something that Emery couldn't do last season. And yeah, man, tonight's game is going to be very interesting. And somehow or other, I'm going to give a very contrarian approach and say it's not going to be a goal flurry. The forwards are not going to be the hammer tonight. Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty interesting take, I think, but very valid. I don't think it's going to be a goal galore tonight either way. I think it's going to be. Somebody was saying that somebody put it this way to me earlier and said that we hope that it's not going to be a goal galore at Anfield. I'm like, Anfield going into this match and this season because of the pandemic is not quite what it is in terms of the atmosphere and all that. So that's giving an edge to all the teams that are traveling there, actually. So the teams that we all assume are going to finish top 10, top 8, top 6 are really coming there very, very much in optimism. So we'll have to perhaps, really have a look at that and see what happens over here. Let's go over to my man Kubain, who is outnumbered in terms of speakers here today. But let's now, what do you think, Kubain, is going to be in terms of this battle of the forwards here, in your opinion? And it is okay to side with Arsenal because, in all honesty, like what Kuba said, Auba, Laka, and Willian, we almost signed. Laka was on our short list some time ago. Willian was on our short list some time ago. Auba was on
Pretty
Sena's.
much everyone is shortlisted.
Yeah. So Auba is still on my short list. So I wonder what is your view? So Vinod saying hi to you, Kubin. And don't end up as Manchester City last night. Yeah, well, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on.
My fantasy is screwed with the results over the game week 3.
Okay, Kubin,
So unpredictable.
What's your take?
Yeah. So but first of all, game week 3 it's unpredictable, regardless of home or away. Of course, the atmospheres are not the same. So going into Anfield, I believe it's different this time. So there is no home. I do not see home advantage. It should be an equal match between for both sides. And what is my point of view in the front three of both the teams? I have to agree with Pua. Yes, Aubameyang is clinical. And if I compare him with Salah, I think he's more of a team player. He would be able to convert it to a goal or at least an assist. So I think that is a quality of Oba in comparison to Salah. Apart from that, the other two players, Lacazette has a record of scoring against Liverpool or Alisson in the past. I think Alisson is injured, right? Really, I don't know.
No, he's starting.
He's starting. Okay. All right. I don't know.
Don't believe all the smoke screen stuff that we do. We've been doing that, we did that with Thiago, telling people we got no money. Then after we buy Thiago, we buy back to back.
Exactly.
Don't believe that.
Yep. So good Alisson's playing. Maybe Lacazette will score again. So yeah, I expect for a tight match, but then I have to be honest that these two clubs in the past games appear on different trajectories, and Liverpool has a greater force in attacking, starting from the back. But the tendencies to make errors that could lead to goals favors Arsenal more than Liverpool. That's what I see. So I expect the Gunners to be very careful moving forward. So it's more of possessions and ball control. The moment they lose the ball, I think they're gonna go haywire, and Liverpool might take chance. The front threes. That's my take on tonight's game.
All right. Amir, do you wanna care to comment?
Yeah, I do like to comment on that particular topics.
Yes,
and
please.
Definitely it's not the one. Okay, first of all, I like to appreciate your and feel very honored to be here with all you guys. And I'm representing TRJ Duet Sedang from Negeri Sembilan here. As you can see, we are still in the market class.
Obin.
Okay, as far as the position are concerned, I'm the secretary of that particular clubs, and this will be not my last time joining this. That's for sure. Okay, back to the topic. Okay, the forward Salah, Mane, Firmino versus Auba, Willian and Laka. I think in regards to the forwards, I will favor Salah than anyone else because he can do the absolute impossible whenever he got the chance. Yes, he is quite tamak in some sort of way, but when he got the ball in his left foot, he'll shoot, and that's gonna be fantastic. And in terms of the opposition, okay, Kuben, I do adore Aubameyang for his pace, for his quickness, and his amazing clinical finish. And but also for the past few games, it feels like Lacazette are quite reserved, and he assisted more to other striker like Lacazette, and even I do have certain intuition that some other player will be differential for this particular match. For instance, Nketiah. Whenever he comes, he will score. That is the part of being a youth and have a lot of energy. And I think I'll bet on 2-1. That's my take for this game. Liverpool will win on 2-1. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, we just gotta do a few shout outs there. We'll go to match predictions at the end again after we've all debated about things. Let's see whether we're still having the same views. We've got Tharmal Raj here. Hello there. You never walk alone.
Hi guys. Yo.
Mati Zaki.
Hi Zaki.
Reg
Assalamualaikum.
Jang again right there. We've got
Reg Jang there.
T Ganesh, Hoben Jang Hoben. I'm guessing it's another Reg Jang there.
Tanah Boy Ganesh.
All right.
Yeah.
So we've got another question here.
Hello,
I'm gonna let Puva take it while we're still talking about the forwards. Has Laka finally found himself into the team and be playing week in, week out? We'll go with Puva first. And I do know we watch Laka a lot. Some people would be lying if they say they don't watch Laka. So what do you guys? But I think Nketiah, we know this gone on to say is the preferred one. So what about Laka and Nketiah? Puva, what do you think?
No, I think before this season starts, I think there were strong rumors that Lacazette is on his way to Juventus. So I thought that he's moving out from Arsenal, and Arteta is already planning for a replacement. But I mean, to be honest, to be fair to Lacazette, actually, I think his form gone just like that because of his personal issues. I'm very sure you guys are aware of it. Before that, he was really good. He was clinical. I think nothing much between him and Aubameyang before that, actually. But ever since he got found out that he involved in that personal issues and it gone public. I don't know whether it's kind of depression or what. I don't know whether he don't know how to deal with this kind of situations, and he just lost it. But it's good to see in a way for a striker of his quality. On his day is world class. Let's be real. On his day is world class. So I think Arteta is giving him a chance, and we not question whether Nketiah will be of the preferred one. I don't think so. I think Nketiah will start in League Cups and FA Cups. I think the first 11, the first choice would be Lacazette for sure.
Definitely.
I think Arteta would stick with the Auba, Willian, and Lacazette, and Pepe. Some games will come in and replace Willian probably. And Nketiah, I feel that it's too early for him. I don't know. Even though I'm impressed with Arsenal's youngsters, to be honest. Ever since those days, I think Arsenal's youngsters have been really good. I love to watch them. I love to watch them in League Cup games. Like, they really take on big teams. They perform very well. That day they beat Leicester City quite convincingly, to be honest. The likes of Willock, the likes of Nketiah, the likes of Saka. they have. I mean, they are very good players in their ranks. I think in two to 3 years, the likes of Saka would be first 11 for sure. Even I won't be surprised
Mhm.
next season onwards, Saka will be in the first 11. You never know. You never know. Uh, so yeah, that's my take on Lacazette. I really thought his Arsenal career was over, but I think this is like a restart for him, and I think he's doing well. He's doing well.
Yep. I have no doubt there. I think he's gone off tangent a little bit lately, and it was actually very. He has not really peaked. Let's be honest here in the Premier League. He has not really peaked. Nila, Ellen, hi. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I
You
think
never walk alone.
are you if Laka is going to be connecting, if he's connecting well with and gelling well with the team, Melvin, do you think that Arsenal would probably be competing a lot in a lot higher than where we look at them right now? It's seemingly hard to see them in the top four. They probably look like a 5 to 8 team for some time. But there are promising moments that they have shown that they can finish top four or even challenge for the title. Do you think that one of the missing pieces from the puzzle all this while was the fact that Auba had been struggling alone in front there without the proper partnership that Laka and Auba was meant to be? Is that why Arsenal perhaps has been really a bit off? Sorry, I know you're the Liverpool fan, but let's be objective here and talk about Arsenal as well, and keep Kubain entertained.
Arsenal obviously has been going through a transitionary period since Wenger left, and the last 2-3 seasons of Wenger itself was, I don't know, man. How do you put it? It's a sad ending to the professor, for all that he
Yes.
achieved. I mean, credit that guy was something, but putting things into perspective, this season, I feel Arsenal is a shoe-in for top four. That's my prediction for the season for Arsenal. Shoe-in for top four. Arteta is going to take them places. I'm starting to see Arsenal becoming a bogey team for Liverpool. It's starting to become one. He's got a very good tactical discipline. I think he might even end up being better than Pep. I know it's a bold statement, but I see Arteta doing very well. Arsenal, regardless of their attacking pros, I mean, yeah, we keep saying Oba didn't get the support. I mean, it was all the hoo-ha with Ozil, and he's still missing. It's still the defense that's suspect. I mean, if you look at the defense, I don't know. I mean, Saliba and Gabriel look like a good addition. Their flanks are still very exposed. Tierney is their weak link, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I would love to see that guy start tonight. It'll be very easy for us to exploit. Tierney is.
It's a strong shout, because Arsenal fans believe that Tierney is one of their best players, and they believe that Tierney gonna overtake Robertson in 2 years.
Hey, but never know, bro. You never.
But
I mean,
Robertson.
But how is that even true that in 2 years' time they can probably overtake the Robertson from 2020? When 2022 Robertson will be far ahead further, so I don't know.
No, that means they're going to pause it at 2020, bro. In 2 years, 2020's Robertson, we overtook that. No, but come on. I mean, even when we signed Robertson from Hull got relegated. I was scratching my head and I'm like, dude, we were supposed to. I mean, Moreno, poor dude now is in a long-term injury, but I mean, for all the marauding attacks, he is hopeless in defense. And I'm looking at this Robertson and I'm wondering, 8.5 million from Hull, a relegated team. How is this guy going to come and replace the most weak position we have with, our grandfather Milner filling in? And we were like, what is going on? You
Our
see
uncle.
what? Yeah, our uncle. You know how you see what Klopp did there by spotting. I mean, Michael Edwards as well. bringing someone for less than 10 mil and fixing our weakest position overnight. I mean, Robertson took 6 months to bed in. I mean, the usual 6 months. Like you're saying, Taki, I mean, Nebi, there are more injuries. But I'm just looking at that. I'm looking at Arsenal's defense. Rob Holding. Dude, you got to do better than that, man. I mean, Socrates, yes. David Luiz, yes. Side Kolasinac, to a certain extent, yeah, he's a fullback. He's a wingback, not exactly a left back. But again, I mean, if you are going to fix your team, I mean, Saliba and Gabriel, good moves. I mean, Saliba was, the previous manager signing. But again, your goalkeeper also, Leno was never even the top 3 goalkeeper in the German league, man. I mean, yeah, he's all right. He's a German keeper. I mean, then again, we had hopes for Karius, and Karius was the second best in the German league, by the way. Yeah, number 2 behind Neuer when we signed him. And
Marvin, I don't know why Liverpool go after second-grade players. I keep telling Puva this, right?
I mean, we got to get at least one wrong, you can't get all of them right. We had to get the keeper wrong, So, never mind. It was a blessing in disguise that we brought in Alisson. I mean, going off tangent a bit, even when we brought in Ellie, the previous season against Roma, I looked at Ellie and I was like, dude, what's special about this guy? I was like, I mean, you talk Oblak and the other keepers, and I'm like, okay, established keepers. And I looked at Ellie, but again, it brings back the whole thing about the Klopp factor. About knowing how to bring the best out of these players. I was having a very interesting conversation with Dave earlier before the show, and we were talking about playing Football Manager, and you have the cheat scout where you can plug it in, and you can see the player's potential. I think you got some cheat scout plug somewhere, man. The guy can look at a player and see how he can, bring the best out of them and milk another 10% or 20%.
Yeah.
So with Arsenal, I don't know, man. I mean, I really see them being a shoo-in for top 4 because this early in the season, you already see top teams already screwing up big time. I mean, NCT, everybody saw that, gangbang. I think the highlight has been Pornhub if you guys can watch it. But aside from that, I mean, I'm just looking at it. Let's not start about our favorite team right now. Let's keep them out of the show for today. Let's focus on Arsenal. I really look forward to Arsenal giving a good chase. I mean, let's admit it as Liverpool fans. Last season did become a little boring. I mean, come on, 20 plus points all at the top. Started getting a bit lonely up there, man. I mean, 10, 15 points, okay lah. I mean,
you know what, Melvin? I have to cut you off there. You sound like you're talking about the past.
We're not supposed to talk about the past. Right? Okay.
I always get that. Like if I talk about yesterday's win, people say stop talking about the past. Next game, and suddenly we win 4 trophies, and it was still yesterday, right? So I can't talk about the past.
The controversy about that 4 allegedly is technically 3. We were not supposed to. Anyways, that is right. But Arsenal, man, I see great strides under Arteta. I'm very impressed, to be frank. Very impressed. And I honestly feel tonight is going to be tough, bro. Tonight is going to be tough.
Yep. And I really do think it's going to be quite a match. Vinod is saying this, Kubin. Arsenal beat Leicester beat City, Liverpool lost to City, so Arsenal the favourites. Vinod, are you a statistician or something? My advice is to get a new career because that ain't the way to do this, right?
That looks like some riddle.
But anyway, Kubin, I don't think you're gonna. I don't know. Do you think Arsenal are potentially favourites to be title contenders this season?
I don't know. It's what's going on for the past 3 weeks now. Any team is possible for a title contender. I mean, straight to the point. I see them as a top 4 contender. I mean, just like always before this, we always aim for top 4. But title contender, I think it's a bit too early to.
You finish top 4 April onwards. So until April, do you think you're?
No, it's towards the end of the year we start declining. That's always the form. For now, I think it's what is feasible is top 4 title contender. We'll see middle of the season.
All right. I think I just want to go. Okay, another one for you here. For you guys here, for my buddy here, Tani. Arsenal definitely not there yet to be title contender. At least 10 games. 10 games. All right. I'll give 10 games to them. I do think Tanin and everyone that's watching here, I do think I share sentiment with Melvin here that I am absolutely worried they're becoming a team that is not only a bogey team for Liverpool. To be honest, I think as far as the Premier League goes, we've got 19 bogey teams, 18 lah, except for one ridiculous red team. There's 18 bogey teams for Liverpool. But I do think that Arteta is what he was as a player and how he's evolved to a manager and going under the guidance of Pep. He just makes it seem like whatever Pep's concerns he had with going into Liverpool games, for example, going to the matches against Liverpool, and those sides that gave Pep a bit of a headache. It kind of seemed like he should have just told Pep, "Hey Pep, you sit this one out. You sit on the bench. Let me go in front and manage the team. I think I can churn out a result here." It kind of seems like Pep's that kind of person that I think I don't know if he listened. Alba was probably, Arteta was probably listening to him a lot more than telling him advice, which I think Pep would have found useful. So Arteta is somebody I am a tad bit impressed with. He is somebody I think for the long term and the future of the Premier League in terms of the managerial side of things. And I look forward, Tani, you're watching. I look forward to watching Arsenal this season. I really do, beyond the 10 games or so. I've got to say this. Another one here, Alba, Martinelli, Saka, Willian to give Arsenal a top 4 push. Completely in agreement there. Mr. Dave, maybe you can take this as much as we know. It's arguably the most important for Liverpool system. He has been awful in finishing when chances were presented to him since the Club World Cup. That's definitely something to worry about. What do you think, Dave?
Well, we have to understand that coming into Klopp's 3-4-3, 4-3-3 system, he doesn't really work as a striker, or he does much work from the half of the field, or you can say that he's not even doing a false 9 job, but he's doing most of the build up from the box or from the midfield or from the flanks. If you look at, I don't have the heat map to share with everyone, but Firmino is for me a player who we always expect him to score, but when he scores, he will score in a we really need him to be on the score sheet. But if you are getting the idea of he's not finishing the chances that he gets in front of the goal, it's hypothetical. It's like you are expecting someone to come in. You are expecting someone.
Yeah, Dave. Because we started this whole thing with a lot of us aligned in agreement that Arsenal's a bit more clinical because they've got people like Auba, and then now connecting with Willian. Making them clinical is something that is probably going to be the edge for them in any kind of team. So I just maybe Amir, do you want to maybe comment on this? Will Jota be a better starting ahead of Firmino here by Julian Forbes? What do you think, Amir?
Okay, as far as Jota are concerned, he's new and he's yet to be familiar with the chemistry, with the transition of the game, and he also need to adapt tactically for he to be chosen as one of the main striker rather than Firmino and even Origi. But as far as his playing style are concerned, I think he will adapt profoundly, and he will be given the right opportunity when the right times come. And also, Jota is a player that suit our tactical, that suit club's philosophy, as well as he can also scoring goal. I think he need time, but when the times come, he'll explode like he is expected to. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Amir. I think that's really good view on things. I think there are some comments here saying that he's not ready and those kind of things.
Jota
So
is a proven Premier
let-
League
let-
player.
he is.
He is a
Let's
proven
talk
Premier League
about
player.
let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Let's go to Puva. Puva, let's talk about the elephant in the room here, which everyone's conveniently, surprisingly not talking about, and it's getting me a bit annoyed. What's Mane going to do today, Puva?
He's gonna play a vital role for sure. I think he always perform against Arsenal. He always perform against Arsenal. Even though I feel that Salah has a better record at home at Anfield compared to Mane, but I think we need to look at the opponent as well. I think Mane in the past, even the last game, league games, he scored there even though we lost. I think he always there whenever we play against Arsenal. So I hope my man Mane score today and perform.
Sadio.
No, I've been saying this for years, man. Mane is a better player than Salah.
Definitely.
Salah is probably our better goal scorer, but as a player, as a whole, whatever he's doing, take away the stats, the assists, and everything.
Okay, so more
as Melvin said just now, the hard work, the work rate. Mane is you ask majority of my rival fans, they would say the same. Mane is a better player than Salah. So to answer your question tonight, I really hope, because I believe the rope holding gonna start if Arsenal gonna go with 3 at the back, because they don't have any option there. Melvin, if you see, they're gonna start with David Luiz and Gabriel, and at the right hand side of the back 3, it has to be rope holding. They can't start Saliba because Saliba never started in the League Cup as well. And who's the another one? Nobody.
But
Yeah.
Jenny's on the left. On the right is only holding.
Tierney gonna be left wing back, and Ballerin gonna be Ballerin or Netherlands Hines will be in the right wing back. If Arsenal go with back 3, so I really hope Mane destroy rope holding today.
But the stats actually shows that Firmino has got the highest number of goals against us.
I was just going to say that Firmino has been key in a lot of the matches against Arsenal. But then again, he also has a hat-trick against Arsenal. That's 3 goals in 1 game. So I guess that puts him also ahead, giving him
right to break Fowler's record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Okay, Taki. There's a comment here by Taman Raj about Taki. Well, what do you guys think about Taki?
I want this guy.
Before that, sorry.
To answer.
I agree, bro. Feel the compliment Mane and Salah. Man, it's going to be a damn good match. Yep. Definitely. They complement each other, but sometimes they go at each other's necks as well, Tani. You know what I mean? I'd like to see them having...
They are made for each other.
I'd like them to have a bit more brotherhood, like I see, Laka and Auba having on a good day. I'd like to see Mane and Salah having that, but the rivalry inside the same team on the same side is a bit ridiculous. Let's go into Taki, you guys. Let's go to Taki. Let's get with Dave. What do you think about Taki?
Yeah.
When he said the name Taki, it just gives me a goosebump, man. The guy just got into the system. He just fits into the game plan, and he gets around. He's doing all the all-rounder kind of job. He's press. It's just joy to watch Taki quickly getting into the rhythm, and he's getting into the culture of Liverpool. So it's going to
He's
be
very natural.
fun. I'm going to see. I'm good. It's going to be fun watching Taki this season, and he's going to be another boom after Naby Keita. I mean, this is a Naby Keita make or break for him. So
No doubt,
Taki is going to have a fun playing in Premier League. He's unpredictable. He just fits into any sort of formation that Klopp's going to put into the pitch. We'll just have fun watching Taki this season.
Yep. I agree about Taki is going to be a bit of a revelation as the season goes by, for sure, no doubt. Kuben, Tanin's got a comment here that Laka loves playing against Liverpool. Do you think Laka is going to do well tonight in your personal Arsenal fan opinion? Is he really going to do well?
I don't know, man. It's really unpredictable, but then I expect him to I don't know, take opportunities. It's either between him or Aubameyang. That's what I see. I don't know, but yeah, I cannot be very definite about who is going to score, but hope there'll be someone scoring. I mean, it should be either Aubameyang or Lacazette.
I do feel Arsenal will get the goals.
I mean,
I don't
regardless of the final score, by at least 1 or 2, right, from Arsenal.
Yeah. We will make sure it's not own goals, at least. All right. Any last words about the front three here before we go into midfield? Any last words, you guys? Anything that we missed out? I think we covered it pretty quickly. We've been very, very objective. We didn't talk so much about Willian. Surprisingly, do we want to talk about Willian? Is he not gonna? Are we completely overlooking this guy? Is he gonna come and cause us some havoc today? Melvin, do you want to say something? You look so eager.
Nah, man. I'm like, Willian is spoken for, man. He's a very hardworking player. I mean, I was surprised that Chelsea didn't keep him. I mean, I was very surprised. I mean, he's never been the most popular among Chelsea fans, but I feel that he's got the flair. Arteta made a very wise move, bringing in a very proven, established player and he can play both flanks, by the way. That guy can play across front three. He can move. He can slide.
Yep.
And I find he's the guy that we should be looking out to mark properly. I mean, knowing our defense, it's still shaky. I don't know who's going to be paired with Van Dijk tonight. We got to keep an eye on Willian for sure, man. He's a threat.
Yep. Definitely. I think Willian is somebody I will be worried about tonight. He's got such quality about him, and he's also another player who loves playing against Liverpool back in his Chelsea days. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fares today. So I think that's that over there. I think let's go into midfield. Does LFC really have the edge over Arsenal? And a lot of people know that, finishing is one thing up front, but you are not going to be able to finish if you do not have a supply from the middle. So a lot of games are won and lost in the midfield. So as we all know, does LFC really have the edge over Arsenal? Do you want to take this, Puva?
Yes, I feel we do have the edge, especially when it comes to the defensive midfield side. Granit Xhaka is a very good player. No offense. I mean, just that he's not consistent. And compare him to our defensive midfield, Fabinho. There is no competition. I think Fabinho defensively is a much better player. I think, and I really hope that we're gonna win the midfield battle, the the headers, the second ball. Um, Apparently, Thiago is fit to start, but I'm not sure on that because we have double header against Arsenal. We have to play Arsenal again on Thursday. So I don't know what Klopp is thinking on that. Even without Thiago, I think Fabinho, Gini, and probably Keita. I think this would be our starting three midfield tonight if Thiago never start. Uh, Compared to Arsenal's midfield, um, I really feel that Arteta would go with El Neni and Xhaka. I think El Neni been very impressive for them. Even though he also another player just like Lacazette tip to leave Arsenal this summer, and he's been very impressive in the preseason games and so far the games he has played he's been impressive. So playing Liverpool away at Anfield, I would feel that he would go for El Neni over Ceballos um, in midfield alongside Zaka. I think Zaka will definitely start. Um, so yeah, if El Neni plays, then it won't be easy for us. I think that guy and Zaka, the order is very simple for them. Arteta would order them to just stop the likes of Genie, the likes of Keita, especially Keita. The only downside of our midfield, I would say, Keita's physical presence. I think the guy is still struggling in terms of his physical battle in the league. I think that's the only thing he lacks. The fella do have creativity. The fella can produce defense splitting passes, can score screamers, and but when it comes to the physical battle, I think the guy still way behind some of other top class midfielders in the league. So I feel that we do have age compared to Arsenal's midfield. Uh, I hope Thiago starts, but if he's not fully fit, I hope Klopp don't take any risk because we know that Thiago's history with injuries and all that stuff. People even worried why we actually signing an injury-prone midfielder. Yes, he's 29, he's world class, all that stuff, but he do have
Because
injury.
we have the best medicals.
Yep. We do know that Thiago.
Yeah, but so yeah,
Running
Arteta,
to
even Arteta, I feel that Arteta knows that Liverpool have the edge in midfield. So I really feel from the tactical point of the game, I think he would start with El Neni and Zaka. I won't be surprised if Arsenal go with 4-2-3-1. I think go with 3-4-3 would cost them because they don't have enough players at the back. As Malvin said, if Rob Holding starts, I think Liverpool gonna win it for
Gini and
sure.
Rob Holding will be perfect for us.
Yep. So Arteta should know if we don't go with three at the back, if you go with four, so I believe that they would play 4-2-3-1. I don't know whether Arteta had played that system before with Arsenal. I'm not sure on that. But to tackle this Liverpool team to stop us from spreading passes, all that stuff, I think he would probably go with 4-2-3-1.
Yep. I agree with those comments here. Here, Vinod says the last encounter Arsenal won the midfield battle. If Thiago won't be playing, what will be different this time around for Liverpool to have the extra edge? Amir, do you wanna respond to this?
Okay, basically, I used to describe Liverpool midfield as stable rather than dynamic before the entrance of Thiago and before the adaptation of Naby Keita towards the team's tactical. But now I think it will be a different story because it will depends on how the game carry on. And based on that particular game, whether it is intensive or whether it is quite stable, our defense, our midfield will adjust accordingly. Okay, basically, whenever Liverpool face Arsenal, they are a bit of surprise, and that is one of the things that we need to look forward. We can also expect something that will happen if we were to put Thiago in our team. But basically, whenever he is not around, or if he is not playing tonight, I think the game plan will always be like one we used to play. We score at first with the last free of goal, and then we'll defend. But that is one of the importance of having Henderson. But without Henderson, I think it's quite difficult for us to play that kind of play. Okay, that's my opinion.
All right, all right. Alvin, let's look at this one over here by Julian. Starting Shakiri more often, is that a yes, Shakiri has been this hit and miss player. When he hits it, he hits it. When he misses it, he misses it. What do you think about Shakiri? I again think he has been critical and decisive in some moments in his career in Liverpool, but does he still have a lot more in him? Is the flair still there with Shaqiri? To be in this current Liverpool lineup, at least in the starting lineup, maybe is he still able to push for that? What do you think?
Shaq is always going to be an enigma, man. I mean, Klopp himself said he's never seen a player with the physique of Shaq. That's why he's got so much of muscle injuries. So I think as much as we've got a very good medical team, he's one of a kind. Shaq has always had injury issues since his Munich days, Basel days, Stoke. I mean, I don't know, man. He's been carrying those injuries for a long time. So his niggling injuries. But talking about his flair as a player, his set piece skills, that guy, honestly, I'm a fan of him. Actually, I'm a fan of Shaq. If he can stay fit long enough, he's someone we can bring off the bench and make a difference in a game. And whenever he has started, like you said, he's scored some really good goals. I mean, the goals he scored against Man United, that was something. I mean, as much as people say it was deflected, both of it. But the free kick he scored last week, that was superb. Shaq is like Ox, like Chamberlain. Very similar, injury prone, but they're impact players. And the same thing is going to be said about, we're talking about Taki, and I wanted to add that he's an amazing player, Taki. But again, Klopp is going to keep him as an impact player. So Shaq is going to. The reason why we haven't sold Shaq is not because we didn't bid for Shaq. Shaq didn't want to leave. Shaq wants to stay. Shaq wants to stay in the team, and he's got a good rapport with our team. And when you fight four fronts, I mean, we're getting a hang of it. We haven't had that for a long time, and now finally, after a few years, now we know we need depth, and we need players like Shaq around. Players with experience, continental football, Champions League.
I must get in there with you, Melvin, and say I'm in complete agreement. I watched that 7-2 match the other day. Forget the scoreline. We were playing a team that we were well ahead of even, but we were well ahead of with the second team, with second stringers, and second stringers who at one point, if you look at the Liverpool last 10-year history, could have been starting lineup. You know what I mean? And that's how good and depth that we are. And I really do hope this season of all seasons, we really do deliver a cup.
A domestic trouble, bro. That's the aim. This is a domestic trouble. We need that.
Domestic trouble. Oh, come on. We've already said the international trouble. The domestic trouble isn't that a downgrade?
No, bro. We gotta fill the gaps, bro. We gotta fill the gaps.
Yeah.
Just fill the blanks for certain fans to come and exploit. We gotta cover all bases.
Okay, we've got a comment here from a few good comments actually, which we're going to showcase. Brian's got. We must not forget VAR. Brian, we need one show just for this three.
Just for VAR, bro. This already run past 1 hour, man. We're gonna start VAR now.
We need to finish by 11, no later than 11:10. So VAR is just not something I want to go into. Will they play any part in the game? I suppose today you can trip and fall and your hand can land on the ball, and referees will not know what to do. And VAR will probably call it a penalty. Like I said, you can trip, fall, and your hand can land on the ball. It's probably going to be a penalty, So a foul. It'll probably be a foul. To me, they need to take VAR. They need to take Mourinho's comments, Vertonghen's comments on Twitter the other day after what happened. Ridiculous. That last-minute goal against Spurs, the penalty, ridiculous. So I do think the VAR plays a part, but there should be some sort of a stop point to this damn VAR rule. If there is something like an indirect ball to hand thing. If it was still obstructing, if there was if the hand was not in the way, it would have been deemed to be going to the opposite team player. Do a spot kick lah. Why want to do penalty? Create some sort of a rule that makes a bit more sense lah. Because the opposition player will say, hey, if the hand not in the way, I would have got the ball. But the opposition player say, hey, I didn't intentionally put my hand there. Literally, my back was against the ball. The hand hit me. Give a spot kick lah. Benefit of the doubt. Why go to a penalty? So I think, I come from the game of cricket. When it comes to using the technologies to help make decisions on the field, for many years now, cricket has done it way ahead for many, many years since I was a small boy.
Rugby has had it for a long time.
Rugby has had it for exactly my point, right? So these games have already got it right. I don't understand what's wrong with the footballing world in trying to replicate and learn from these other sports that have used it and come up with how it's supposed to be managed. I will VAR play a part in this game? My response is I sure hope not. So Tanin, thanks a lot. Vinod, that comment is for you. VAR is Man United's best player. I have to agree, no doubt. The man created 22 goals last season. He's already created. He's already started creating this season. So I do not know how much you're buying VAR for, but it looks like you're paying him game by game.
If you look at what is happening in VAR, out of 26 or 27 matches played so far, there's 21 penalties. So it's too obvious that there is a problem with VAR, or it's the officiates itself, or it's obvious that this is in the rules book that you should give a penalty after the final whistle, or even you give a penalty whether it's hitting the hand or there's no such thing called ball.
Lost you there. We lost Dave there. We lost you there, Dave. Anyway, Kuben. So there was a question here, Kuben, from Brian to Tanin. How would you set out your team at Anfield? Tanin actually and replied and said, I would stick with the exact team that played in the Community Shield, but include Gabby in defense, Willian in midfield, obviously Willian in midfield, and Arsenal lacked pace before. Arteta is
changing that slowly.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Okay. So with addition of Willian, of course, the pace is there. So that is sorted. And midfield, I got to agree with Pua by putting El Neni in the middle.
On the mic.
Oh no, it's on.
It's on, right?
No,
yeah.
fine.
Oh, it's on.
Can you hear?
Yep.
All right. So okay, but I also see that Ceballos as a favorite here. So I mean, in terms of work rate, I think the difference between El Nani and Ceballos is the creativity. I see El Nani as a more of a I don't see creativity in him. His passing and all that. It's very straightforward passes. Just whether he push it to the left, right, or to the back. Ceballos is more of creative pass. So I see chances will be created with Ceballos playing tonight. El Nani maybe will come into defending from the midfield. So that's my yeah. But yeah, of course, Saka is one of the how to say special play in the team. So I guess he'll be playing in the left wing if Tierney is not playing tonight.
Yep. I think that's a good response over there. We've got Maurice Anthony. Hi, Maurice. Thanks for tuning in. Vinod, back at you, mate. Man United can't afford Sancho because they blew their budget on VAR. Man, now that's a big, that's a huge revelation right there. Huge revelation.
Brilliant.
That's a huge.
Does LFC really have the HO Arsenal?
Vinod responds with, VAR's a new signing, exclusive right to Man United only. I mean, you guys already got the exclusive rights to every match, 5 minutes stoppage time. You already got that exclusive right ready. Why you need to come on?
And additionally, a penalty after VAR.
That's the new one lah. That's the contract renewal, is it?
I don't know if you guys saw it. I mean, if you got the what is circulating today, what is trending today. If you search Bruno Fernandes dive versus, then you get a whole list of the matches he dived. That's been trending today.
No, there are rumors going on also. Bruno Fernandes pushing for a move to Leicester City because they are getting more penalties.
That's a new one. In fact, there's an article on this, So I thought it's just memes or something. Then there was an article on this. Fans actually reacting to this and all that.
Penalty taker, man. Something wrong.
All those FPL managers, they are lucky fellas. Having this.
Curtis Jones has been a revelation since the tail end of last season when he has played. Should he start over Keita? Man, Brian, I don't even think Keita should start today. That's how I feel about it. You're talking about Curtis Jones. Well, maybe the guy, that kid maybe will come out with a bit more heart and, not too much. The issue with Keita today, for me, Keita is trying to be so perfect. I don't know why. He's trying to be so perfect in every game, in every move that he makes. And instead of flow naturally, he's trying to be so perfect, which is making him a bit more artificial than he used to be playing that box-to-box player that we've seen him.
I agree, man. I think him trying a bit too hard is his downfall. I think that's holding him. He's being too careful. He's just be himself and man, tonight's game again. Keita, like Puva said, his lack of physique is a big disadvantage in the Premier League, and he hasn't bulked up. I mean, if you look at Robo is bulked up, man. If you look at Robo.
Another thing I see in Keita's gameplay, the way he plays, he takes extra 1 or 2 seconds to actually make a pass.
And he takes an extra 1 2 steps as well.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of difference actually.
Yes.
The fraction of seconds, decision making in the box always makes a difference. Whether you get it front quicker or you make 1 or 2 touches before you put in the pass. So Keita, see, he like Sena, you're right. He's trying to be perfect in a way that he wants to get into the system, but he has to be more bold. He has to go bold with his game, like we saw
Oh, we are losing him again.
And
We're
Keita
losing
in
him.
Leipzig.
Yeah.
So like you said, you don't have to be perfect. Just be. I mean, Keita just have to be himself.
I
Keita
see.
has to be Keita.
Definitely. He should just flow naturally. Just
Yep.
flow naturally.
Yeah. That's it.
That's all he needs to do. Guys, we're not talking about Fabinho here. And this is the reason why that guy always gets like forgotten unless he scores some screamer or something, right? What about Fabinho? Do you think his contribution is gonna be immense, or is it really going to be?
Poor gave a coverage earlier for Fab.
Yeah, that's just one review. So can we hear
No,
about
defensive midfield players always the forgotten man. Always.
The water carriers are always the most underrated.
If you look at Fabinho, what he did at Stamford Bridge, he played in the centre back role.
Oh.
As the centre back role,
And he
so that
staring.
effectively worked. So that is effectively worked. So I think if Gomez is not fit today, so Fabinho is going to stick with
You all know
Van
that
Dijk.
Fab can play right back as well. He played right back for Brazil for many.
Yep. He played.
Yeah.
He played right back. I mean, I even seen him playing on the left for Brazil.
So you're trying to tell me that
you
guys are trying to say that Fabinho is the James Milner of Brazil? Is that what you're saying?
Most likely.
Yeah, sort of.
Milner is out anyway today, so he's not going to be on. Milner's out, so
I think realistically, I think we've got to live with the reality that we're going to have Milner out more often than he's going to be, he's going to be in, from now onwards, considering his age and all that. I know the guy's a machine and all that kind of thing, but realistically, in order, he's a player that needs to be managed. His playtime needs to be managed.
He fits into Bielsa's system.
Oh, yeah. Is that a hint?
Nah, man.
No. I just hope that he says.
Now he will become assistant manager or coach, or they're going to absorb you into the management team, man.
Yeah, we would like to see that. Yes, obviously.
I would like to see him in Leeds colours again one time in the Premier League. Perhaps, maybe I do feel a sentimental value there before he moves on. Maybe play him.
Testimonial match will be Liverpool, bro, for him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think Fabinho is good. That's why nobody talks about him. No doubt, Fabinho played a vital role, very effective playing centre back. You can see he had Werner in his pocket. I hope he took Werner out. The guy can't live there so long, right?
I think it's still
No. I think we have given the credit too early for Fabinho actually, because West Brom defenders also had Timo Werner in their pocket. So
yeah.
No, here's
so the credit.
Werner is inside Fabinho's pocket in his dryer at home.
They're both fighting to keep Werner's in their pocket.
He's still fighting his way out.
Okay. Let's get into the next one right here, you guys. We've got the back four. Does Arteta have an answer?
Bro, we've already talked about a back four a lot, bro.
Does he have an answer to Liverpool's
front three?
They need to
we talked about front three earlier, but I don't want to talk about the Liverpool back four, but let's talk about Arsenal's back four here. And Kuben, what do you think? Can the defensive line stop the Liverpool front three? So don't tell me you're going to say that it's okay, Salah will just...
I don't know. I mean, Arsenal defense has been always...
He's huffing and puffing already.
I'm not so confident on the defense side. I don't know. It's prone to... I mean, they have higher tendencies to make errors. So I just want the team, the back line to avoid making any mistakes tonight. I know Salah and Mane can be ruthless towards the defense.
And towards each other.
that's
Do
an
you need
internal
Tony
problem.
Adams to be part of your coaching?
Tony Adams, you have seen his training, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just hope they stay on their feet and the current backline is better than Mustafi, but actually Mustafi also has improved. It's very uncertain. Mustafi, David Luiz, holding is a bit slow, I think, but he's on for aerial ball. I think he's okay. Saliba, I'm not sure if he's playing. And Gabriel, the first game, his debut was impressive. But the second game,
Wonderful.
there were a number of errors. So let's hope that whatever the results tonight, I just hope they give out their best, and it should be a very I hope for a performance that we can be proud of regardless of the results. I mean, from the Arsenal
Okay.
point of view.
Okay. Since it's the Arsenal back four, I think like what Melvin said, that we're not going to speak too much about the Arsenal back four already. But Kuben, there's one here from Vinod. Arsenal having a good forward line, solid midfield, youthful defense.
Youthful defense.
Yeah, youthful defense. Recruitment has been consistent every transfer window, but the team has been inconsistent. So, what's the issue? Manager or recruitment team?
Oh wow, it's I don't know. This is a very how to say I don't think it's the manager. It's
on the other scale.
A question to question the board of members of Arsenal football.
Exactly. It's a very high level.
Didn't they already fix that? They overhauled the entire scouting.
Yeah.
The recruitment team. They overhauled the entire team, right?
The recruitment team.
Yeah, I think everything's I think it's pretty much resolved, and they're already in the building stage, getting things on the right track. They just need time, and I think they're making with the recent 2 silverware that they won is huge boost, and that's going to speed up the timeline. Right. 1 silverware. Melvin is laughing. I think 1 silverware.
No, I mean even acknowledging it as a silverware is already doubtful, bro. Come on, it's like in Malaysia we call Piala Subangse. Nobody remembers. Nobody remembers.
Yes, another one.
Yes.
It's
sorry.
Has come and said, it's the bloody owner who doesn't even come to watch Arsenal play. Never want to spend on players in the areas.
I think we have improved in that sense.
You're a United fan there, man.
He's an Arsenal fan. Die hard.
I think things has changed. Slight change maybe. They are willing to spend, though they are not ready to spend big. But it doesn't matter, right? Sometimes you don't have to spend big. You just have to identify talent. I think like Man U is going after Sancho.
Just like Liverpool doing.
It's just like Liverpool doing. Yeah, exactly. You find talents. It's not the price tag. It's we have seen number of players, big star players coming to Premier League and actually fail. It's not the price tag. I don't see the price tag.
It's actually Liverpool setting the models for the rest of the Premier League team. How on recruitment, on developing players from the under 18, under 23.
Correct.
I mean, they're getting opportunities to play, even you fail. So I mean, I don't even think that Liverpool, the only team actually setting their models. I think maybe Pep. City himself. City themselves.
I'm Pep and City as an example. They are following our model. Really.
And I'm glad that
they are not the 5-2, bro. Not the 5-2.
They are the entire thesis of our entire model, man. It's the
Yeah.
team like open checkbook. No,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
glad that
Everyone pretty much is using the similar model that what Klopp's actually developed in the Liverpool. So,
The
Pepe
syllabus
for
that we
72
created.
million. Come on, man. Pepe for 72 million. That's atrocious.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the guy performed,
That's
but
what they
there's
have
no
to pay
outcome.
for.
It's nice to watch
Course.
Pepe play, but there's no significant result from Pepe.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna go to Melvin first, and then go to Amir about this Klopp versus Arteta here. Melvin, Klopp has not come off on top in the last two encounters, and we've got back-to-back encounters right now. From tonight onwards, two coming up. What do you think? Is Klopp worried? Is Arteta still going to go in with the humble approach, or he's going to go in all cocky? What do you think here? What's your view on this? Let's go with Melvin first.
Okay, I'm going to wrap up the answer with my prediction as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I feel that Arteta and Klopp are their own men. They have their own methods. They have got their own system, and they are not exactly old school managers that go after the other managers. You know, like back in the days, we used to have a lot of mind games. Rafa, Fergie. You know, we used to have Mourinho, Wenger. We don't have that these days. It's each man has got his own way about going about it, and Klopp has got a lot of respect for new managers, and he has already come out and said he's very impressed with Arteta. So I feel it's not about Klopp being scared about Arteta. Klopp never goes out and sets his team out there thinking about what the other team is coming out and going to do. He's going to go out there and set up shop like always about what we are going to do on that day. I mean, he has in-game management about switching formation and tactics, but when we set up shop outside there, he's thinking about what he's going to achieve rather than what Arteta is going to bring to the field. So, but I got to say, I think that finally in the Premier League, I mean, Arteta has become the new Pep for Klopp. I think he's found his new nemesis. Someone that I'm starting to see Arsenal becoming our bogey team. I'm repeating this. And Arteta, I mean, immense respect for that dude. I mean, he's learned from the best of Pep, from the Pep of Bayern and the Pep of Barcelona more than the Pep of Man City. So he's becoming his own man. I mean, regardless, it's very, very. When you look at the way Pep moves, the way he dresses up, the way he talks, it's very identical to Pep. And I think that he might even outdo Pep this year. Might even outdo Pep. Never know. So
Wow, that's a huge call out right there. That's a huge call out
I'm
right there.
seeing Pep already having a downward spiral very, very early in the season. Very unlike of Man City to crack this early in the season.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, the injuries are not helping, but I mean, you can go and sign another 5 players, 50 mil each, man. That's not going to fix things. They're not going to come and gel, especially foreign players. So
Yep.
I'm going to make my prediction. Tonight is going to be a draw. Tonight is going to be a draw.
Whoa!
Tonight is going to be a draw.
No way!
I'm saying it's going to be a 1-1 or a 2-2.
So that means Melvin actually predicting the first draw in the Premier League new season so
Yeah.
far.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm going to say we are going to win in the League Cup. We are going to trash them in the League Cup. That is going to be a thrashing of sorts. Yeah. But tonight's match, I'm holding my breath, man. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but looking at the numbers, looking at the market, looking at how everything is swinging by, I mean, betting odds tonight, Liverpool is giving a minimum of 1 ball, man. And some are going for 1.5. I don't know, man. It just seems disrespectful to Arsenal with the current form Arsenal is in. So, and Monday night football, you know how the
Wow. I don't
market
know where you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at. I'm seeing people giving 2.5 is ridiculous.
No, 1.5 lah. The maximum market is 1.5, but even that sounds ridiculous, man. I mean,
You're
Arsenal
talking.
are coming back
Let's
of
go.
a back.
Let's go to the non-mainstream markets here, and you'll have a good laugh.
But yeah, that's my prediction lah. Tonight, highly likely a draw, 1-1, 2-2. League Cup, yep, we're gonna crush them.
No doubt. Mr. Ame, what do you think here about the Klopp versus Arteta? Anything? Do you think any different from what Melvin is saying?
Okay, basically, in the league, Arteta is like an old brother or bro, and Klopp is like a fatherly figure, and the approach of them contradict towards each other. But I think it's whenever we talk about Arteta, we cannot miss out the idol that he idolized, that is Pep Guardiola. But I think he inherit the tactical wise of that particular idol of him, and he cook it with his own spice. He added few flavor and to make it more intense in that particular area. But do not forget that Arsenal have a tendency to be a leader early on in the season. As far as their name A are concerned, they're always on the top of the league. But all of that will be proven if they manage to go through the league facing their injuries and proving that they have the squad depth to go against the season. As far as club are concerned, they have been quite consistent in this far few season, and I have never doubt that the club have upper advantage over Arteta, and this will be a match that we struggle against, and but we'll be winning this one, and also the one right after. Okay,
What is your prediction,
got it.
Ame?
2-1. That's my take.
2-1.
Liverpool 2
Do
and
you wanna go
Arsenal.
all the way and say who scores the goals?
It's quite hard, but maybe Mane and Firmino.
Bobby,
Bobby and Mane. And for Arsenal, is either
No salah. Hey,
it's
Puma, is
Alba.
Patrick watching the match? Are you watching the show? All right. Let's get into this, you guys. Right now, as we move towards wrapping up the show, let's get into this and talk about the predictions. Melvin has given his, Ame has given his. Right now, we've got some comments here about the scoreline: 3-1. Julian, Tamal Raj, 2-1. Earlier, I think there was 3-0. Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty. I do not know how to respond.
One-sided.
This
There
day
was
with the Scooby.
3-1. 3-1 probably something a bit more acceptable. I think realistically, I would like to maybe hear from Dave. Prediction.
Right. Just to add what Melvin and Amir has said about Klopp and Arteta. So two different managers. I would like to talk about Arteta. I mean, this Spanish managers always have a flavor. I mean, to play a very flair football, and then to have different nationals into the team and get the best out of them. I thought that Arteta really built that team that been left off um, um, some time ago, and they just picked up after the restart, and then they sort of have um, a formidable front three who actually, like earlier we saw someone said Oba just needs two chances to score two goals. Yes, he's actually right, and
Wow.
be aware. Liverpool have to be aware of Lacazette and Aubameyang tonight, because these two are actually quite clinical with the finishing. But having playing at Anfield, and I'm an old school kind of person, so I'll always go for a win for a home team, and definitely I'm going to go for Liverpool to win tonight. But I would actually agree with Melvin that this is going to be a very end-to-end contest. It could be a not even a midfield battle or front three battle. It's going to be all sort of battles tonight. Tactical, mentality. How you're going to get the win, or you're going to play bad, or you're going to play dirty to get the win. Arsenal are going to push, because when I saw Arsenal playing against West Ham last week, they actually struggled a bit, but they came out winner. So
just when he gets to the good parts.
I'm looking at a very general point of view here. Klopp always have an edge over Arteta, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 or 1-1 draw, or
Right.
my final prediction is going to be like 2-0.
2-0. All right. Brian here, I think, agrees with a lot of things that we have said. Arteta is still soft in the belly. I don't know about the soft in the belly part, but is he a bit more? Is he still lacking a bit more critical experience? Experience that is critical to his managerial skills going forward. Yes, and it's a huge gap there between him and the likes of Klopp. So I would say yeah, definitely there, Brian. Tanin, again here, Tani, my bro, respect Liverpool, no doubt. We beat them, but this is the EPL, we're against the champs. Both teams have potential of scoring, so I'm a bit ambitious of going 4-3 in favor of the champions. That's a very fair and like I said earlier, Tani was the one who said goals right at the top of our comments, right? Like way at the start of the show. So that's I would want to watch that kind of a game. I would like to watch
an end-to-end contest, end-to-end contest.
I know a lot of people.
Just like
Uva is always critical of our 13-14 season where we fell short. The famous slip that year. We let go what? 50 goals, Pua?
51.
51
goals, right? But that made the watching experience so exciting, like ridiculous. Like I remember, teams would score 3 against us. We reply with 5. We reply with 6.
Yeah, like Stoke City.
Yeah, exactly. so
hell of a night, man.
Yeah, I remember. So yeah, Tani, 4-3. I'm just going to throw my prediction in there right now. I think it's going to be maybe a 3-2, maybe a 3-2. I'm also going to make claim of a penalty in the 93rd minute. I love the direction of this penalty thing. We haven't
it's
learned
just
a lot.
Annoying.
We haven't learned a lot from United this season. I'm learning it. Penalties are the way to go. So that's from me. That leaves Kuben and Puva. So I'm going to let Kuben go first.
Come on.
Right. Thanks. So, so speaking about Arteta, I think, of course, he needs more time. He's lacking of experience. He needs to try out different strategies. He needs more experience. He probably probably have a lot of ideas in his mind, but he has to put that into work and see which one works. I mean, in the past few games that he won, we can see some way of playing on how they actually move forward, playing from the back, using the side swings. So I'm sure he cannot be with a limited way of playing. So there should be more methods he should try out. But in a longer term, I see him as a successful manager for an Arsenal.
That's good.
Yeah. My prediction on tonight. Okay, so I have two scorings. One is prediction, one is expected. The prediction would be 3-2 for Liverpool to win, and my expected result is 2-1 for Arsenal to win. Whatever the results are, just expecting for an exciting game tonight. So let's celebrate.
I don't know what we're celebrating yet, but
May the best team,
I
Or
may the
wish,
best team win.
any good performance from both sides. Yeah.
I
So
wish
it'll
the
be
pandemic was over and we had the Mamaks open till
Yeah.
early morning. Me and Kubin can just take a drive somewhere and watch the game together, right?
We hope that
exactly.
too.
Hopefully, the match will not be boring as Manchester one.
Exactly. It should be a very exciting and thrilling match, Like,
Yeah. Brian is going 3-1 to Liverpool, so I do a lot of the confidence. I think Puva, a few shows ago, I think we clearly shared for those of you non Liverpool fans watching, the Liverpool fan base actually was divided. Puva will tell you this. We were really divided after we becoming the champions. We didn't know how to react, right? So people started to have suddenly the opinion started going gila a bit. So there were I think groups of different sides of things, and but I think Thiago has tilted things back. I think things are scaling back towards one direction now for all the Liverpool fan groups because Thiago has come back in. But then again, I wonder whether it's too soon after that one match where he broke records in his debut and all that. I wonder whether it's still too soon to predict too much with the guy. He is effective. He is great. He is
Yeah.
proven. I just
Absolutely.
wonder. So I wonder whether all this sudden confidence that Liverpool fans are having is truly because Thiago is there or not. So let's go to Puva and his prediction here.
Okay, first of all, I would be very surprised if this game lacks of goals. This game always produce goals in the past. I stick with my prediction that I've given yesterday in Footy Talk show. I go for 3-1 Liverpool, but it's not going to be easy for us, that's for sure. I know people worried about our last two encounters with Arsenal, but I think back about it, the league game against Arsenal, the only thing mattered for us that time was the 100-point march because we literally sealed the title already. So I don't see that as a worrying point, a worrying thing. And also the why we all know why Arsenal won the game. Two individual mistake by probably our two best players at the back, our keeper and our center back. And the second game, the Community Shield. I mean, come on, as Melvin said, it's Piala Sumbangse at the end, and it's 90
Your luck.
minutes. It was 1-1. For 90 minutes, it was 1-1. We never lost to them. And of course, I'm impressed with how Arteta set his team on that day because on the paper we were the stronger team, and I loved how he actually set up his team defensively. We were poor in the first half. We were all over them in the second half. Expected, and penalties could go either way. They won, and yeah, no complaint about it. So I'm not really worried about the last two encounters. People saying that Arteta is better than Klopp. Come on, it's too soon to even compare these two. I mean,
It's too
Klopp is
soon. Yeah.
proven manager. Klopp is a proven manager in the different leagues as well. He has proved in Germany, he has proved in England now, and he's of course on verge of doing a back-to-back title for us. Um,
Hopefully.
providing the results,
just like
providing the
Original
results
Batman.
yesterday, the Chelsea's result, the Man City's result. If whoever wins today, it's going to be they're gonna have an upper hand moving forward. I
I don't.
I,
Yep,
I, I
yep.
see this. I see this just like last season. I think Man City lost to Norwich. They dropped points to Spurs at home at the first 6 or 7 games. They drop points like this, and Liverpool march
Just
on
marched
like
on. Yep, yep, marched
eight
on.
or 10 points lead. I think
Hey,
we need
don't,
we need
don't
we need a
say
similar kind of situation.
yeah,
We really
yeah.
need similar kind of situation.
Don't
Uh,
say don't say much on lah. Then Josiah will say we are copying leads.
I don't care, man. I don't care. So yeah, I would be very disappointed if we end up with a even with a stalemate, with a draw, because a draw would feel like a defeat for us. A draw for Arsenal would be very good. I think majority of Arsenal fans would love a draw because they know the last they won at Anfield was 2012, 8 years ago, and the defeats they faced at Anfield is not it's not the slim defeats, it's like
Yeah,
consider rapes. It's
yeah,
like 3-1, 4-2, 4-0,
yeah. In,
3-1.
What was
in
that?
Malay, we will say itu bukan sembarangan tu. Itu luar biasa.
That's why I expect Arteta to know. I mean, I see that as his priority to be the first manager to win at Anfield. I think the managers before never won.
The last one is Wenger in
Is it
2012.
2012?
Yeah,
That's
last
Yep.
was
fact.
It
the
was
last was.
Wenger.
Why
Yeah,
did
it's
we have
going.
to bring up? Why did we have to bring up that last point that the last the person to win was an Arsenal manager? Like, gee.
I still believe. I think we're gonna show why we are champions tonight.
I
I
think
mean,
so.
Yep. Yep.
I think the team talk. I think the team talk. I think that's what Klopp gonna tell the players. Go and show them why we are champions.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe that end of the season, I predicted even before the season start, Arsenal gonna finish fourth in the league because I can see that the glimpse of a great team in making. I
Yeah.
think Arsenal is the next great team. I think, as Melvin said earlier, Pep Guardiola and Man City is declining. It's kind of I never seen Pep Guardiola like that.
They've hit their boiling point lah. They've hit a boiling
Yeah.
point. Yeah. So
And he also showed the frustration to Fernandinho. Can see that is no more harmony there in the team. Something is wrong. Yes, of course, injury is not helping them.
Guardiola is a manager that if things do not go his way, especially on days that he wants to. There are some days he doesn't know. It's probably going to go either way. But on days where he wants things to go his way, like yesterday they took the lead and all that. I'm sure and he's a guy. If it doesn't go his way, he's going to go, bonkers. So that seems like what it is. So
And,
yeah.
adding to the Rodri's comment, I'm sure most of you guys have seen it, saying that it's not fair what's happening to Man City. Leicester just came and defend 11 players behind the ball, but they end up conceding 5, man.
Brother, welcome to the Premier League.
Welcome to the Premier League. Yes, welcome to the Premier
Yeah.
League.
Win
So
is a win.
I can see that the managers, the players actually losing it, which is in a way, again, is advantage Liverpool in the title race. And tonight's match is very important. I think we have to win.
There's some
I would be very disappointed. I would be very disappointed with a draw or defeat. I know it's still early. It's the third game. We beat Arsenal in the third game last season as well. I hope it's the same scoreline, and I'm going for 3-1.
Yeah.
I don't care Salah score or what, as long as they win.
Own
I
goal.
really wish he
from
doesn't
Arsenal.
score.
Yeah, I like I said, I am worried. I share Melvin's sentiments here. I'm worried about Arsenal, of what they're capable of if all the dots connect on the night. However, I am very eager for for a win. We need to, as a statement as champions, if you want to continue to show that we are going to hold on to the title and take it all the way, and only the best team is going to take it from us, unless we are going to be the best, which is what we're going to do. We really need to send out statements. Okay, if Kuben, being an Arsenal fan who follows Arsenal football very closely, can say that he himself thinks that Arsenal needs time. For people like Tanin thinks Arsenal needs time, and coming out with comments where predicting that Liverpool's going to win it. We really need to take all that and get out there and do something. And I'm just going to take back what Uva said, and I say this every season. In order to win the Premier League, no matter what, your first 10 games, you cannot have a defeat, and you must have at the very minimum, 27, 28 points. At the very minimum, you cannot, no matter what, at any cost, lose matches in the first 10 games. Then only you're sending a statement. Then only the pressure builds on the other side, and positive pressure builds on your side to take things forward. And the people who are chasing you is pressure that they've got to overcome, and that's what's happening. So the first 10 games going to be crucial. It's going to be an exciting game. I think Tani says it over here. It's going to be an exciting game. Awesome. Talking good points. Thanks. Hey, thank you, Tani. We're going to get you on the show soon. If not this show, we're going to get you on Footy Talk soon. Thank you guys for watching. I think we are good to wrap up the show. We've gone overboard again. 15 minutes overboard again. We always do this. It's supposed to be an hour, 30 minutes. But I think we've got a good watch party going on today. So thank you, everybody who has been tuning in. The match is later, I think, at about
3
a.m. I just want to send out thank you to Red Junks for letting Ame join us today, represent you guys. Thank you, Kube Naidu and Malvin for joining today.
It's my honor. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Mine, brothers.
All right.
Thanks,
so for those of you watching who stayed on to watch the show, I would just like to say thanks again. And please subscribe and like and follow us. You know, we are growing slowly. This is a show by the fans and for all. Okay, I think Malaysian fans here in Asia have got great insights. I was joking to Tani earlier. He said his comments are biasa. I think that biasa is actually quite extraordinary once everybody comes on here and talks about it. It's really good insights. That's what how much we love English football and football. Yeah, Brian, thanks for watching. And Tamaraj, thank you. So, guys, we've come to the end of the show. I hope that we can all meet up once this pandemic is over and really have a nice, our own little bola at Mama, little chat outside of the screens. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Liverpool versus Arsenal. May the best team win. Signing off. This is the KOPTALK.
Signing off.